guys, welcome back to BL World Drama, your go-to source for the juiciest scandals in the world of BL and GLs. From trending hashtags to sizzling social media drama, I've got it all. Join me as I dive deep into the lives of your favorite stars with exclusive updates, secrets, and interviews that will keep you hooked. Subscribe now, ring the bell, and let's dive into the glitz, the glam, and the scandalous world of BL and GLs. So let's get right into it. So I did a whole video about Becky's week. I didn't want to include it with Friends week because it would have been longer. So if you haven't watched like what happened this week about Becky, you can see it. It's the video before this. So now this video is going to be about Friends week. So Friends week was not, I won't choose the word pretty chill, but it was more calm than the weeks she has had before. Like I think like this was the calmest week I've seen since this whole Freenseng saga started. So first it was the editing thing. The editing thing is still going on. People are still editing like comments on friends, like past photos and all that. And they also now edited that Fluffy, who is Friend's dog, was following Seng, making it look like he was basically saying he was Fluffy's father. So if you do come across like comments on friends' photos like being shared online, that those comments are coming from Seng, and you feel like they're kind of fishy, then just know that they're edited, because I don't know how long like this whole thing will go on. And then another thing that did happen, as you know, if you watched like my video about Becky's week, you will realize that Idol Factory included one tulip flower on Becky's promotional video. And that brought like a lot of back and forth between Friend stands and Becky stands and the shippers, and basically like the Friend solo stands were saying that it wasn't right for Idol Factory to make like the whole thing about Friend again, or to make like the conversation shift and people like focus on the shipping and not on like actually celebrating like this thing. So people did come forward and said that Fren also had sunflowers on her promotional like images or videos, and sunflowers represented Becky, so it was unfair for Becky to have a tulip in her promotional video. But like people went ahead and searched and they realized this, they realized that the sunflower was actually a representation of Sang. So when Friend had sunflowers all around her for her promotional video, it wasn't because of Becky, it was actually because of Sang. So now that also brought like a whole other issue. And even Zils Entertainment went ahead and like said which, I think, which flower or which name represents Friend. And they put a rose, a tulip, and a sunflower. And I laughed out loud because I was like, there we go. There is the trouble, because they were basically telling us it is rose for Becky, tulip for Friend, and sunflower for Seng. So like Friend wanted like all her lovers or both her lovers to be represented allegedly on that event, like so that no one can complain, like both of them have a fair share and they can see that she does think of them. So that was a funny thing. I actually really laughed loudly. So now let's get now to the business. So Saint was on the media round, or it was like the opening of his movie Death is All Around Us. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. So like a reporter asked him about like how the Freenseng case is going. And he said that he didn't want to talk about it because like the perpetrators would listen and it would influence their next moves. And I was there like, really? Really? You guys did release a statement like a few weeks ago and actually said that you had no case, and the only way that this person would be brought to book is if he stepped back to Thailand. So which case are you talking about? Like, Idol Factory is making like people look like fools. There is no case. That thing is shut. I also did like a video where my friend did say like the case, they can't pursue the case anymore. They're trying to pursue it through other means, through international laws, but they can't. And then Idol Factory, a few weeks later or a week later, did say that they had given government agencies their name, which I feel like was immigration. So if that person does come back to the country, like they're flagged. And then they are arrested. So what exactly, because you've already told this person what not to do, so this person wouldn't exactly ever go back to Thailand. So what can you say more that will actually influence like how this person reacts? Like, Idol Factory has decided to like make a fool out of people, and I do feel it's because like Friends still has a lot of projects coming, so they don't want to make it, they want to put people in a limbo because they don't want to make it seem like the case is shut, because if they do say that the case is shut, it will mean like they have to talk about it, like they have to talk about the Freenseng conversation, and they don't want to talk about that conversation because they know the minute they start talking about that conversation, like it will affect whatever projects Friend has. So the best way is to continue lying to people that the case is open, allegedly open or allegedly closed, so that they can still benefit. And this is me going by their statement, because when I read their statement, which is in layman terms, I understood like they had no other way of prosecuting the case. So it's basically, I guess the case is closed. So why the hell would you go forward in front of people and say that you don't want to say things and make it seem like the case is still open? Does it mean that when the statement was released, Saint wasn't like involved? He didn't know that Idol Factory released that statement weeks ago? Like, he is the CEO. I think things should necessarily pass through him, especially matters that concern so much weight. And for him to not know about it and still talk like the case is still open, there's something fishy there. So, Idol Factory, stop the cap. Saint, stop the cap. Like, we know this case is not going anywhere because there's no way you guys can prosecute it, because of international laws that you yourself did say. So maybe stop hiding under the umbrella of the lawsuit, because trust me, people will get tired of it. It's been 3 months. You won't sing the same song for a year and people will still listen to it. So like, just say you're not comfortable talking about it, and then people move. Or say, no, just ask me another question. Like, it's that simple, other than trying to like, what is it, mask the truth to fit like whatever perception you want to give people. So now that wasn't the end of it, because now people, that did bring like a whole lot of other like conversations surrounding Freenseng and the whole thing. So like yeah, it did make like people start spreading again the video. So another thing that did happen was like Zils Entertainment, like they changed the venue of whereby the friend and friends concert is supposed to be. At first, I think it was supposed to be in Jakarta, but the location was changed to somewhere, I think, outside the city, which is far because I've had people complaining that it is far from Jakarta. And some people had already booked like hotels around Jakarta. So, like, they were complaining about them either now having to have to change their hotels or the them commuting like will take long and all that. Another thing that did happen is like the venue that they were in was going to fit like 7,000 people. Now, the venue they have gone to allegedly has different categories, like different halls. Now, people are claiming that, her fans are claiming that this new hall would actually fit 5,000 people, when in reality, allegedly, from people who know the hall very well, are saying that the hall that Freen will be in can only fit 1,000 people. So how do you downgrade from 7,000 people all the way to 1,000 people? Like, it makes me wonder and think, does it mean that the tickets are not being bought and like they were scared that like this whole place, like there will be a massive echo? So now they had to go down to 1,000 people. Now the 1,000 people, even when with that, they started doing promotions for the tickets and sales for the tickets. They changed like the benefits of tickets, but people who paid diamonds, the diamond like ticket, are now crying foul because they feel like they have been cheated, because their benefits now, the benefits are actually useless, like they would have just purchased the platinum ticket. So now they are crying foul and asking like Zils Entertainment, what are you going to do for us to appease us? So I don't know. I don't know about this whole friend and friends fan meet. I'm hoping that the 1,000 tickets at least sells and that place is sold out. But the way it's going, like you never know. Like you genuinely never know, because if these people of who bought like diamonds tickets, some of them, if they are not told exactly what they will have more, like they might decide to ask for refunds and cancel their tickets, which will be a shame. So I'm waiting to see like this whole thing, how this whole thing goes. I'm actually now, I wasn't like really looking forward to like the that concert on November 3rd, but now I'm actually looking forward to it because I also hear like they have a new sponsor, which is WeTV Asia or something, Web TV Asia, Web, I think it's Web TV Asia. So I'm actually curious and I want to see, like, I want to see more. And then another thing that also came to mind was that Zils Entertainment opened their Twitter account in September this year. They have had no like artists. They haven't brought any artists to Indonesia. Like Friend and Friends will be their first artist. And then what was shocking was that they were reposting like Idol Factory's calendar for their actors. Is that normal for people to do? Like people who invite actors, these promoters, is that normal for promoters to like post like the actors like calendar? Like let me know, because like I feel like there's this thought that came to my mind and said, what if Zils Entertainment is also part of Idol Factory? What if? Because I was thinking, like, if those King Power and the other promoter from China, like, were not able to have, like, Friend in their event. The first one was Friend and Becky, the China one, but the King Power was Friend only. So what if these promoters, like, because of two failed concerts, I'm sure like promoters would fear working with Friend. So what if Zil Entertainment is part of Idol Factory and they want to make sure that they show these promoters that it's okay to work with Friend, like there are other promoters working with her and are not scared, or they're not afraid, and they can't cancel on her? What if, like, I don't know, sometimes my mind runs wild and I start to think of things. So if like you can get information surrounding on who actually is the owner of Zils Entertainment, let me know. I would also like take time, because tomorrow I will be off. So I will take time to actually find out more information on Zils Entertainment and find actually who is the owner. Because now I'm curious. Like, I feel like it's a way of redeeming Friend's brand and making sure that these promoters know that they can work with her. So let me know in the comments section what you think about this whole thing. Do you think that this Friend and Friends concert will be a success? One, do you think that, do you also believe that Saint and Idol Factory are using like this case to cover up, like not talking about the Friend and Seng relationship? So they are going to use this as long as Friend still has projects. So if her projects are done and are ready for TV, like they will be okay, like talking about maybe Friend and Seng. But as for now, they're going to keep shut and make sure like everything runs smoothly first before they spill the beans. Three, what is it? Yeah, three is about like Zil Entertainment. Can you Do you also feel like Zil Entertainment is just a branch for Idol Factory, and it is Idol Factory who are like covering everything, because they actually want to save like Friends brand? So let me know in the comment section. So if you haven't subscribe, turn on the post notification, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, share, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.